So we finally have the new releases of 2022 from Rolex. It's time to discuss them. So the first watch that I want to start out with is the new DayDate 40 in platinum. Well, it's pretty much the same watch. They just added a couple new dial variations and a fluted bezel. You know, obviously it's gonna look nice. I mean, we all love DayDates with fluted bezels. However, the question is, was it necessary? I feel like it just totally waters down the market for the platinum. That was the whole idea, in my opinion, of the platinum with a smooth bezel. Anytime that somebody said, nice Datejust, it was like, it's not for you. You're low-key, obviously, flexing on them with a platinum. It's not for you if you thought it was a Datejust. When somebody would tell me, you know, I like the DayDates in platinum, but I don't like the smooth bezel, I respect that opinion. Although for me, what I would say is, maybe the platinum's not for you. But now, I guess the platinum is for everybody. It's pretty much gonna look now like a white gold with just a glacier blue dial. You know, I don't know, man. I just think, again, I feel like they're watering down the market already just when I saw that one. Next up is gonna be the yellow gold DayDate with the green dial. I mean, obviously it's gonna be a winner. Obviously it's nice. I wanna see the dial in person. I wanna know if it's more of a solid green or more of a translucent emerald green like the Daytona. You know, I like it. I honestly think I would have rather had the rose gold with the blue dial just so that we don't green everything. You know, they might as well have done this release on St. Patrick's Day with all the green that they came out with. Is it gonna be a winner? Yes, of course it's gonna be a winner. And of course, I do like it. Moving on, we finally have a yellow gold 42mm Yachtmaster on the Oysterflex strap. I think that was a great addition considering that we had the original 40mm in rose and then the very much liked 42mm in white gold. Now with the yellow gold, I think we finally have a good happy median for everybody. I tend to feel that when watches are yellow gold or rose gold, they look bigger on the wrist. So don't be surprised that 42mm now looks a lot bigger on your wrist than the white gold version. They also released for the white gold 42mm Yachtmaster a Falcon Eye dial. I think it's really nice. Can't wait to see it in person. It's obviously gonna give it that extra touch of luxury that the watch might have needed. I mean, not that it really did, but it gives it a nice variation as opposed to just the usual go-tos by Rolex. Thank God there was nothing more released in meteorite. Next, I want to address the obvious elephant in the room. The left-handed, or destro as they call it, GMT. You know, at first when I saw it, I thought it was just like a really bad Photoshop. I don't know, we were just used to seeing the crown guards and the crown on the side of the Cyclops. So all of a sudden, we get the whole left-handed thing and we're just like, what the heck is going on here? I mean, I heard a rumor that they were gonna do a left-handed GMT. I thought perhaps they would come out with the black version because why the hell do we need so many colorful combinations for the GMT? And I thought maybe you'd have the option for the left hand. But oh my God, green for everybody. You know, I do like the combination. I think it's kind of nice, you know? Green bezel, black bottom of it. You know, I think it's a nice look. And it obviously would have been an explosive hit on a standard version. However, I think it would have been better to have discontinued one of the other two. Although, that would also be ridiculous because they got rid of the Batman and then they brought it back. You know, I don't know what the heck's going on over there. I really don't know what they're doing over there or what they're thinking. Am I happy that people that are left-handed can finally have a watch that fits them correctly? Yes, I think it's fine. For years, people that are left-handed have had to wear watches that are for right-handed people. So yes, I think it's good. However, I cannot wait to see how many of you guys are gonna be wearing this green, whatever you wanna call it, the Riddler, the Sprite, the Sierra Mist, I don't know, whatever the names that we're gonna come up with here. and you're a right-handed person. I mean, I just think it's gonna be ridiculous. The first thing that I realized when I put a watch on this wrist right here is the backwards crown. So I don't know, I mean, some people might like it. Like I said, many people that are left-handed been doing it for years. Obviously, I respect that. Just can't wait to see how many people are gonna actually wear that watch. I don't think I'm gonna be one of those as of now, although I may just do one day a whole entire dial swap with the bezel on a normal one. I mean, it might go over retail because it's supposedly rare or whatnot. I just think it's gonna be goofy as hell. I don't think there was a need for that, but whatever. I highly doubt it that AP, Richard Mille, and Patek are gonna follow suit with this move, but whatever, let's move on. Next, we have the Datejust 41 with the green dial. Oh my God, what a hit. They're genius, bravo. I mean, I guess, you know. Although I love the watch, I also wanna thank Rolex because now every single wannabe flipper, overnight flipper, wanna make some quick cash flipper but can't really afford to float the product flipper is gonna be calling me all day, every day. My AD is promising a green dial, how much you pay? I don't want any of those, don't call me. Actually, Rolex should have had a green dial from the very beginning of the release of the Datejust, honestly. I don't know why now, why we gotta bring it now. But anyways, let's just move on. Next up, we have the re-release of the Air King. It's pretty much the same exact watch, for the exception of some minor tweaks. The most important ones are gonna be lume on the dial. Big deal. Another thing's gonna be crown guards on the case. Yes, does make the watch look a little bit more aesthetically nicer in my opinion. I think it does look nicer than before, but it's kind of a watch that's cold in the market. That's just what I see. I don't really think it's a grail piece. However, for some of you at home that may want one, it is a very good watch, and you know, it is what it is. So before I discuss the Oyster Perpetuals, I want to first touch the novelty items. This year they came with a surprisingly large amount of novelty pieces. Usually they come out with 2, 3, maybe even 4. Right now there's like about 6 or 7 maybe even. Some of the ones that caught my attention are these 36mm Prezis on leather strap that have all these starburst colors. I mean, they're nice, I guess. Another thing is the Yachtmaster with that pinkish purplish bezel. I mean, clearly I think that's gonna be targeted more towards a female watch, although nowadays I don't know if we can even say that, but it is what it is. One of the ones that did grab my attention that I think I did like the most is the yellow gold Daytona Oysterflex strap with the orange bezel and orange gemstones on the dial. That one for sure is gonna be a banger, and probably Mark Wahlberg is gonna own it by the end of this video. Freaking guy gets all the watches before any of us. I mean, he has to be sponsored at this point. Might as well just become a Rolex ambassador, why don't you? I mean, I think he's got one of the nicest collections right now at the moment. Last but not least, the discontinuation of the Oyster Perpetual in the trendy colors. The yellow, the coral red, and the Tiffany blue. It is what it is. I'll tell you what it really is every guy that had an overpriced Tiffany Oyster Perpetual, and yes guys, I do sell watches and I had to sell them at market price, although I do not agree in any way, shape, or form with being anywhere over the $15,000 mark on an Oyster Perpetual. It's the plainest watch in the world. It looks something that even my little sister doesn't want, okay? But I get it. Trends are trends, you know? Nowadays, it's Tiffany for everything. I'm gonna order my next exotic car in Tiffany. Never. Now, I feel like everybody that was already overpricing their Tiffany, including all the fly-by-night flippers that were lucky enough to be able to float one for this long, now they're gonna want even more money. This is absolutely absurd. I'm not buying it. If you have a Tiffany dial OP out there in 41mm or a coral red or a yellow, do not call me unless you have grounded yourself to reality and want a realistic price. Because only time will tell where these watches are really gonna settle in pricing. The conclusion is that I personally think that the releases this year were a bit underwhelming. Just, I don't know, man. I don't understand what is the need to do so many. Is the demand that really big for left-handed watches to produce a left-handed watch? Again, I think it's fair for people that can really use that model. What I don't understand is the reason for a specific color for that version. Why not have the black one in both versions? I just think this year was a bit underwhelming, the releases. I mean, the new Air King and this and blah, blah, blah. I said it earlier this year, or whatever, maybe it was at the end of last year, but I said it. I said, I think personally, the best thing that Rolex could have done this year would have been not release anything and discontinued several pieces. I feel like their catalog just keeps growing and growing, and we're not eliminating pieces. Any minute now, we're gonna have so many different versions. I don't wanna say it, but it's gonna start being like Hublot. I mean, what's the need to keep adding pieces? I don't know. But they are not the only ones. I also feel like Patek Philippe came out with several new releases, complete new models, and some very interesting variations. Do I like them? Yes. I just kind of feel like maybe they should spoon feed us these releases a bit more and not throw the whole damn plate at us. So comment below what you think about this year's releases of Rolex. And if you like this video, like and share it. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel.